Hello everybody, welcome to Blox Custard. We have some exciting things to talk about in this video, and the topic we'll be focusing on today is Brookhaven versus Bloxburg. But of course, before we dive into this video, I've got a question for you. Have you subscribed to this channel yet? If you aren't, you're missing out on quite a lot here. So make sure to subscribe so you will always get the latest information about Roblox from us. Anyways, like I said in the beginning, let's dive right into this video. In the year 2020, Bloxburg was at its 6-year anniversary, and a game called Brookhaven just rose in popularity. Brookhaven got hundreds of thousands of players, which quickly caused debates on which game was better. Brookhaven was seen as Bloxburg's biggest competitor with similar gameplay, concept, and many more. But it's all about who does it better. Some of the debates that arose back in 2020 are still ongoing as of this day. So that is why we're going to be looking at different criteria of these games in order to determine which one is actually better than the other. The first criteria that we're going to be discussing is the role-playing aspect of both of these games. First up, we can discuss Brookhaven. The game allows players to roleplay in hundreds or even thousands of different ways. There are many different outfits that players can choose, different landmarks and locations to roleplay in, a variety of occupations that players can take, and a big avatar customization system which allows for better roleplay. On the other hand, Bloxburg doesn't have much variety when it comes to roleplaying in their game. It's definitely a lot more challenging to try and roleplay in Bloxburg with its limits in terms of avatar outfits and locations. So this one goes to Brookhaven. Next up, we have the realism criteria. This one is obvious on who wins, since it's Bloxburg. Bloxburg is far more realistic in terms of gameplay since it has minute details. For example, you can open and close a laptop, take showers, which affect your hygiene, perform activities to lighten up your mood, and more. In addition, Bloxburg has a currency system and an economy, which is something Brookhaven desperately lacks. Bloxburg also feels more grounded compared to Brookhaven, and people would often say that Brookhaven feels more like a cartoon rather than a realistic role-playing game. And of course, Bloxburg has jobs that players can actually earn money with and spend it on their house. Diving into another criteria, it's the city. According to the developers of Brookhaven, they say that the city includes a lot of jobs, houses, and many more. The electricity and water in the metro and downtown area is managed by Capital Electricity, a company that primarily manages Brookhaven and its metropolitan area. Brookhaven is a transportation hub which includes an airport, taxi, train, and bus. This description that the developers have made for the Brookhaven city is extremely accurate, because it always feels very populated, with many different things to explore. On the other hand, Bloxburg definitely lacks locations since the game mostly has job and residential areas. There aren't many landmarks or memorable locations in Bloxburg, making Brookhaven a win this one. And lastly, we will be discussing customization. Now, this was a hard one to figure out, but the winner of this one goes to Bloxburg. The game gives players land where they can build a house. Players can either use a pre-built house or make their own with the house building system. Bloxburg's house building system allows players to place walls, furniture, vehicles, windows, and more on the player's plot, so that the player can make their own unique and original home. Many players choose to use their plots not just for houses, but for building restaurants, hotels, farms, small towns, villages, and more, thanks to the detailed customization system. While on the other hand, Brookhaven only has pre-built houses, which isn't too bad, but residential areas can seem repetitive and boring to look at. So quickly summing things up, these two games are pretty much equal, but if you want some advice on which game you should invest your time on, it depends. If you like a realistic game with amazing customization options like house building system, then go for Bloxburg. While if you are looking for a role-playing game that lets you be whoever you want and a game that is a huge city to explore, Brookhaven is your go-to. Alright guys, so unfortunately this video has come to an end. That is it on Brookhaven versus Bloxburg. Since you guys have reached here, I just want to remind you to subscribe so you will not miss any of our upcoming Roblox videos. Also, like the video as it helps us beat the YouTube algorithm and lets this topic be delivered to more people. And lastly, share this video so we can inform others. With that, thank you so much for watching, goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video.